Welcome to Leading from the Future. Not from the past, but from the future. Listen, I'm your host, Anthony D. Shannon Sr., doctor, pastor, prophet, apostolic teacher, but a prophet you can trust. I'm so excited that you decided to tune in to watch us today. Could you do me a favor? Would you share this with 5 of your friends? Let them know you need to get on Apple TV, Hulu, Roku, and you need to check this out. And let me tell you, it's called Leading from the Future TV broadcast with Dr. Pastor Anthony D. Shannon as your host. Listen, this is a unique space where inspiration seamlessly blends with revelation to empower you on your journey. You know, right here, we don't just keep you informed, we transform your perspective, your ideas. We help you dive into riveting stories of individuals who have triumphed, overcame adversity, and then they learned something from what they went through so that you can learn from those who've persevered against all odds. They absorbed individual and invaluable lessons. That's correct. They have not quit. They have not gave up. But guess what? They put up the good fight and they've won. So our show just isn't about stories. It's a call to action. We believe everyone has a purpose, a unique calling that makes them indispensable to the world. So as you join us, we want you to explore these pathways. We want you to uncover hidden potentials within yourself. As you listen and be inspired, we want you to embrace your destiny. Tune in tonight and then other times. Play it again as you watch us, called Leading from the Future. I want you to know this. It's not just a show. Matter of fact, it's more than a show. It's a movement toward pushing you to a purpose-driven life. We believe that everyone is born for a purpose, because not knowing your purpose is like living life not at all. So find your purpose so you can live your legacy. Tell you what, this is what God wants, and we're here to be your catalyst and your success coach to your next. All right, stay tuned, because I got a guest for you that is amazing. Yes, indeed. Ever since I met this woman of God, there was kindred spirits. We knew we talked the same language internally, externally, and God did something so amazing. He connected us, and we're so godly proud that we've met her husband, her children, her pastor. Let me tell you something. You need to sit back, get some paper, get a pen, and realize who God has brought to talk to you. Dr. Tabatha Russell. She's a renowned keynote speaker, best-selling author. She's a financial expert. Let me tell you something. She's magnetic in her presence in the world of transformational speaking. Do you know she has over 20 years of experience in the financial literacy? That's correct. Not only do she have the years, she has the passion. She's on a passionate mission to empower individuals, corporate and collegiate audiences to embrace financial freedom, stability, independence, and security. You know what we call her? The money makeover mogul. Dr. Tabatha is a leading authority on financial empowerment and guides clients to manifest their dreams, reaching the pinnacle, a 6-figure success and beyond income life. Her exceptional skills have earned her prestigious appearance on every platform across the United States and international platforms. She's a dedicated advocate for women's empowerment. You know what she founded and inspired? Women LLC, to equip savvy business women with the skills to elevate their lives through workshops, resources, education, and coaching. She's the best-selling author. I divorced my money and I married my mindset. She's gifted. She's talented. She's anointed. Not only that, she can prophesy. She can teach. She can preach. She can coach. She can help you with your money. She's a recognized visionary. You know what? She earned the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. She's been featured on so many ABC, NBC, Fox, CBS, and now on Leading from the Future. Boy, you ain't made it till you came on here. Come on, somebody. She's been in Speakers Magazine, Tap In Magazine, Atlanta Magazine, and now I want her to be on your TV screen. When you pull her up, check her out, and welcome our special guest, Dr. Tabatha Russell, the one and only. Welcome to Leading from the Future, woman of God.
Thank you so much, Pastor Prophet, for allowing me to be here with you on tonight on Leading from the Future.
Well, we're so excited, Dr. Tabatha, because of who you are and what God has done in your life. The Money Makeover Mogul, with over 20 years of financial transforming people's lives. But not only that, you're not just talking this, you've walked it out. I mean, you have the experience of walking out the lows, then to the highs, and now progressing to a whole new level like no one has ever seen. And it's with acceleration. So talk to us, Dr. Tabatha Russell, about your story. You're not just telling people, oh, I know about finances. You've walked it out and you overcame. So talk to us how that all took place.
Well, thank you so much. That is definitely a good question because it allows me to kind of really go back to my past, right? So I grew up in inner city Philadelphia. Well, actually born in South Carolina, raised in Philadelphia. But I had the opportunity to go to school there, and it afforded me a wonderful education. I had the opportunity to participate in a gifted and talented program, which allowed me to get up every day and travel across town to go to school. That meant that I would ride a bus or the public transportation, the SEPTA, all the way to the N. Then I would get on the L train and basically take that to the N only to catch my school bus. Now, I say all of that to say that it afforded me the opportunity to ride past these big houses and these fancy cars in the driveway and arrive at school with a lot of people, let's just say, didn't look quite like us, right? Mm-hmm. With that being said, I was inquisitive even back then to the point of where I would ask, what does your parents do? How can you guys afford to live in those kind of houses and drive those kinds of cars? As well as my counterparts drove to school, many of them every single day. And so with that, they would tell me their parents were bankers and doctors and lawyers and all of these prominent people that own businesses around town and things like that. So from that point on, I knew that I was on a path in my mind to be an entrepreneur. With that being said, let's fast forward some years. I'm now out of school and I was afforded the opportunity to have my own business. I became an entrepreneur in my mid to late 20s. With that being said, I was on track to amass 7 figures early on. I was doing extremely well, had a lot of things going for me. And somewhere along in my journey, I decided that I wanted to get a partner. With that being said, I made one decision, ultimately losing about $500,000, my house, my cars, all of that through that decision. And so with that, I literally fell flat on my face. And what I tell everybody is that me falling flat on my face was the blessing of a lifetime because it afforded me the opportunity to literally reset my whole foundation. Like, where was I going to go? I had already lost everything, right? So starting all over again was the blessing in it, because it allowed me to be able to see the errors that I had made and how I needed to set some things up differently. I needed somebody to help me to oversee my decision making and things that I had in place. So the one thing that I did know is that I could go back to corporate America, where I came from when I started my entrepreneurial journey, make six figures, get some insurance, and be able to take care of my babies, right? So with that, that's what I did. I'm like, I am not ashamed to admit I went back to corporate America for a time span so that I could refortify myself. And that was what started me on my journey.
Wow. Did you hear that? That was like power packed. And she dropped 24 karat gold nugget bars in the first 7 minutes of her opening. Listen, I want to take a quick break. Those of you that are watching us, you're watching Leading from the Future with your host, Dr. Pastor Anthony Shannon. Our special guest today, Dr. Tabatha Russell. And let me tell you, she is the money makeover mogul. She just got through telling us and dropped some gold bars. But listen, I want to encourage 10 of you to hear God and sow the seed of $1,000. Help us to continue to take this broadcast all around the world, not only on Apple, not only on Hulu, not only on Roku, not only on TBN, but we're asking God to take it even beyond that. You know, we can do it with partners like you. We're soliciting, inviting, and asking 10 of you to hear God and listen to God and sow the seed. We also want to encourage those of you. We have created Leaders Live Generously Academy. Do you know that God wants leaders to lead and then love and then give? You cannot honor if you don't love, and you cannot love and honor without no money. You have to have some substance in order to bless your kids for their birthday party, your wife. You want to take a trip. So we are training leaders how to live generously in Leaders Live Generously Academy. All right? We'll be right back. Check these announcements out. We'll be right back.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, we hope that you're enjoying the show, and we want to let you know that we are grateful for you. From captivating stories to insightful discussions, we value your presence in our community. Now, if you're finding value and joy in what we bring to your screen, we'd like to invite you to consider taking your support a step further. To ensure the continued success of our channel, we warmly invite you to contribute. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each, as well as 10 contributors with a gift of $526, and 10 supporters donating $224.24. Every donation, regardless of the amount, makes a significant impact. However, as a token of our gratitude, each contributor will receive a personalized prophetic word and an exclusive ebook. We have 3 simple ways for you to give, making it quick and easy for you to send your contributions. The first is Cash App. That's right, $Anthony D. Shannon. You can send your contribution directly to our amazing host. The second way is to download the V-Church app. Go ahead and download on the Google Play or your App Store and follow the prompts there. The third is Cash App, $the Victory Church INT. Again, we thank you for your contributions and your support of Leading from the Future with our amazing host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, thank you for being an essential part of our journey. Your generosity truly fuels our passion. Now let's get back to the show because more exciting moments await us. Thank you for your continued support.
My name is Anthony D. Shannon Sr., International Certified Leader, speaker, trainer, and coach, certified by John Maxwell and Samuel Chad. I am also the founder of Leaders Live Generously Academy, an Anthony D. Shannon consulting group the #1 platform to help you overcome past failures, release your self-doubt, and shatter fears. You will reach your maximum potential and achieve high results in your life and your business. You see, my mission is to help you become the best you that you can be. With over 25 years of corporate experience, from sales positions to district vice president and even vice president positions with sales companies. I have been responsible for overseeing the success of training departments with over 3,000 employees. I've had the opportunity to create and deliver world-class, award-winning presentations on global stages and corporate platforms across North America. You see, my passion in life is growing and equipping others to do remarkable things and lead significant and fulfilled lives by overcoming and winning. You know, there's no greater mission for me, period. My motto is, everyone has a purpose. So you need to find your purpose and start living your life. That's why I've dedicated my life to teach and encourage people to win. You see, what separates me from the competition, I'll be flat out. It's honesty, it's integrity, it's relevance, it's passion, and it's care. We get results. I always say to live is to grow, and to grow is to change, and change is necessary for sustained success. You know, no matter the business you have, a sports team, corporate, management, or self-employed, if you are ready to unlock your full potential and win in life while serving others at the highest level, I want you to go right now to Anthony Shannon Consultinggroup.com or LeadersLiveGenerouslyAcademy.com. All right, thank you so much, and you are now back with Leading from the Future. I'm your host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony Shannon. And Dr. Russell, you were dropping the nuggets, telling the story. You gave us the history of how it began, how it ended, and then what you needed to do a reset to fortify yourself. As we say, when you have a setback, don't take a sit down, but get ready for a comeback. So this is your comeback. So talk to us. How did you reset and come on back?
Yeah, so after I had the opportunity to go back to corporate America and reset my foundation, it gave me a passion for financial literacy. Now, with that being said, I really immersed myself in learning what it was that I needed to know. I have a minor in accounting, and I thought I knew a few things. However, when you fall flat on your face, you're going to be pulling at every resource, every bit of information, every nugget that you've probably ever came across in your whole entire life, just so that you can put everything back into place. And that's what I did. I literally started from the ground up. And since then, it taught me a few valuable lessons. One being is that you should endeavor to diversify your platform as much as possible, meaning that it's great that you are good at any one thing at any given time. However, how can you take that now to the next level? And with that, it has allowed me to create multiple streams of income based upon multiple businesses. And being a serial entrepreneur has really taught me a lot of discipline in just not just myself, but also in my business and how my business runs on a regular basis. So I tell everyone that all of us have purpose within ourselves. And with that, we can take the one thing that we're good at and diversify that and create multiple streams of income. So that is how I was able to come back after I've had that setback.
Wow. So I'm hearing something on that I think you can give people, especially those that are watching, that's had a setback, that you're telling people, don't take a setback, but get ready for a comeback. That there is life after you fall flat on your face. And what I've heard you just say is that you became educated. You start educating yourself on your necks. You start reading books, articles, following financial news or whatever else you were doing. You talked about accounting and whatnot in your background. And even though you were accounting, you said, man, I thought I knew something. But once you went through the experience, you now know something. And so what would be 5 strategies you learned in the reset?
Yeah, one of the things is that just knowing that I didn't know everything. That was the first thing, is that I came
Okay.
to the realization that even though I thought I knew some stuff, I was open to the fact that I really needed to get some more knowledge so that this would never happen again. Not only that, is that I learned to talk about what it was that I was going through. I became very transparent. My sons were young at the time. And so I allowed myself to open up, even with them, to walk them through the process of what was going on. We were on a strict budget at times. And so I would talk them through what that looked like. When we went school shopping, here's your money, here's your budget for you to be able to buy your sneakers or your clothes or whatever it was. And I let them learn early what it was to budget and how it was to manage money and different things like that. Not only that, I really got to where I started walking in my purpose, meaning that I thought my first business was the thing that I was going to do forever, and it was going to take me to millionaire success and all of that. But I quickly learned that my purpose was bigger than that. And so with that, I was able to take financial literacy and build a platform on that, meaning that I started volunteering initially, where I would go into schools and community events and different things like that, teaching financial literacy. And based upon that, people would want me to coach them and help them to now create financial literacy plans. And so that allowed me to be able to see that there was something there and that it was bigger than what I was doing. And I thought I was really good at it, because for about 15 years, I was called in by referral only, meaning that I did no advertising. I never put anything out there, a big business board, billboard sign, none of that. And so with that, my business was able to grow from repeat referrals, as well as I was teaching people that whatever your purpose was, let's just use a baker, for example. I was able to help some bakers even see that by baking their cakes, they could achieve the life of their dreams. And so one of the examples that I learned is that, let's just say that a person is a baker and they want to make $100,000 for the year. With that being said, if they sold their cakes for $25, let's just say, we know that that's probably not the case nowadays. But anyways, if it was, that person would have to sell somewhere around 4,000, 5,000 cakes, right? In order for them to be able to reach their 6-figure goal. With that, though, I'm not a baker. So for me, I love to cook. I love to get in the kitchen. So I have no problems with cooking. However, you ask me to bake a cake, I'm going to the bakery. Okay. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So, however, if there's somebody that sells cakes, I'll be more than willing to pay them for a good cake. Right. So that's the first stream of income. Now, secondly, I did say that I am not a baker. However, I do get a little adventurous in the kitchen and may want to try a recipe or two. So we talk about how it is that you write down those recipes, put it in a book, and now I'll buy your book. And so with that, we just created a second stream of income. Well, let's take it a step further. Now, maybe I bought the book and it's not working quite right for me. I might even go to the extreme and pay you to teach me now how to bake the cakes, right? So we just created 3 streams of income off of that one idea. And so I tell everybody, don't limit yourself. There's millions of opportunities out there that you can take whatever your purpose is, whatever your passion is, and create multiple streams of income. So I tell everybody, don't limit yourself.
Wow, that is so powerful that you are able to tell people don't limit themselves, number one. But number two, you're willing to share with people what you've learned with transparency and authenticity. And let me ask you this, when you went into the schools, do you teach it different to young people versus adults, or is it all the same?
No, I definitely teach it differently for the young people, because let's just face it, that they haven't faced some of the adult problems just yet, right? when you start getting utilities cut off and rent can't be paid and different things like that, that's a whole level of stress right there that the young people hadn't been exposed to, right? Like they just concerned that they can't get the game just yet, right? Like
Yes.
they want the latest J's and that kinds of stuff. So we talk about that, right? Like how you can have discipline early on and how it's not a bad thing if you can't get it right now. That just means that you save up a little bit until you can get what it is that you want, or why it is important that you work towards your goals and you set them up accordingly. So it becomes pretty realistic, even to the young people. I can say that with my sons, when they were younger and I took them through the process, it was a little bit of a challenge in the beginning, but once they got it, it was a no-brainer to them on what that looked like. They knew the routine. When school came around, we went to the biggest mall in the area. Everybody had their pockets loaded with whatever money could afford that was in our budget at the time. And they were able to go in and buy what it was that they wanted. With that being said, I don't think that we do enough of that. Let's just face it. Financial literacy is not being taught in school, nor is mindset being taught in school as well. So I sometimes take a little bit of a different approach when it comes to financial literacy, because I realize that a lot of times it's not about the money. And it's not even about setting up a budget. Now, granted, I do understand that there are some people that don't know how to budget money. But for the majority of people, they do a pretty good job with the money that they do get. Meaning that when it's all exhausted, they already know they don't have any more and they need to do something different to get it, right? However, I focus on the mindset that a lot of times that they have to deal with when they have exhausted all of their money and they don't want to get up to go to work on Monday. You know, the one thing that I've realized is that when people have worked 80 hours that week and they're just waiting, grasping, chomping at the bit to get that paycheck, and by the time they get it in 48 hours, it's gone, it makes it really hard for you to get up and be motivated to go back to work, and you have nothing to show for it, right?
Absolutely.
You might have paid a couple of bills, but usually you've already robbed Peter to pay Paul. So somebody's still sitting there with their hands out. 9 times out of 10 is not you. So we talk about a lot of the mindset around those habits and how you break those cycles. And so you do find motivation in being able to go forward.
Wow. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. We're going to show you Dr. Tabatha in action. We're going to show you what she do, how she do it, and what she's about. All right. We'll be right back.
Meet Dr. Tabatha Russell, a serial entrepreneur. She is an international keynote speaker, a financial literacy coach, and a multi-time best-selling author. She was awarded the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. She is the host of the podcast Inside Inspired Women and a professional interviewer. She is a wife, a mother, Gigi, and a legacy building expert, founder and CEO of the Powerful on Purpose Summit in Columbia, South Carolina. Meet Dr. Tabatha Russell at drtabatharussell.com.
Elevate your mindset with Radiant Achievers, Illuminating Radiance and Influence. An anthology curated by Dr. Jacqueline Mohair. Immerse yourself in stories that promise not just inspiration, but tangible takeaways from contributors like Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Gain insights from individuals who've excelled in business and left a lasting impact in their communities. This anthology isn't just about success stories. It's a guide to wisdom and practical strategies for your own journey. Radiant Achievers brings together diverse voices, including the faith-filled perspective of Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon, creating a powerful narrative of empowerment. Are you ready to transform your perspective? Order Radiant Achievers by reaching out to us or order your copy on Amazon now. Let the stories within, enriched by Dr. Shannon's insights, ignite your passion for business, community, and the actionable steps towards your own radiant success. Illuminate your path to greatness today. Hello, and thank you for tuning into Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, we hope that you're enjoying the show, and we want to let you know that we are grateful for you. From captivating stories to insightful discussions, we value your presence in our community. Now, if you're finding value and joy in what we bring to your screen, we'd like to invite you to consider taking your support a step further. To ensure the continued success of our channel, we warmly invite you to contribute. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each, as well as 10 contributors with a gift of $526, and 10 supporters donating $224.24. Every donation, regardless of the amount, makes a significant impact. However, as a token of our gratitude, each contributor will receive a personalized prophetic word and an exclusive ebook. We have 3 simple ways for you to give, making it quick and easy for you to send your contributions. The first is Cash App. That's right, $ Anthony D. Shannon. You can send your contribution directly to our amazing host. The second way is to download the V-Church app. Go ahead and download on the Google Play or your App Store and follow the prompts there. The third is Cash App, $ the Victory Church INT. Again, we thank you for your contributions and your support of Leading from the Future with our amazing host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, thank you for being an essential part of our journey. Your generosity truly fuels our passion. Now let's get back to the show because more exciting moments await us. Thank you for your continued support.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking a break with us and checking out Dr. Tabatha as she's on stages and doing what she do. And we're so excited for you watching Leading from the Future. I'm your host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony Shannon. And before that break, Dr. Tabatha was talking to us about the mindset. It's not so much as the money, because a lot of people get money all the time. Rich people, middle class, wealthy people. But without the mindset, they all at the same boat. We saw that in trading places. Without that mindset, the same guys was broke doing the same thing that the guy was doing. And so you focus on the mindset and focusing on helping people with the mindset. And then you did a practice with your own children. Let's talk about your family, because it's clear that family means a lot to you, or you're a family person. Let's talk about, how did you meet the Lord? How did you get saved? Because it's clear that God's hand is upon your life. He's navigated you and matriculated you into all of this with all this understanding. Because most people who would have fell on their face, they get bitter, they hate God, hate people, and then turn the opposite direction. But not you. So talk to us about, how did you find the Lord? And how, from that, you got married, you got children. Talk to us about it.
Well, let me just say that is an excellent question. I have been saved for well over 30 years.
Wow.
I did not grow up in the church. And when we were growing up, I had the opportunity to participate in a program called Young Life, which was an inner city program in Philadelphia. And it afforded us the opportunity to be bused to the outer skirts and we would participate in different games and stuff like that. But at the end of the night before we left, it was always a Bible study. And through that, I got introduced into a relationship with the Lord. Fast forward, we moved back to South Carolina, and I didn't have quite the same connection, but I started going to a church, and they were Pentecostal. And so getting into Pentecostal, I realized that I loved actually the Lord. Like I had a big hunger for learning, let's just say to begin with. However, learning came easy to me when I was in high school and college. I would read something and seemingly I was gifted with retaining the information. So I never was a big studier, nor did I like reading. And I did say like, the capital Like. And so the first book that I ever read that I loved was the Bible, believe it or not. And so as a result, it was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to learn everything that there was. Everywhere I went, there was a Bible in the car. There was one at the house. There was one by my bedside. I was reading it everywhere. I took it at work. I had one laid on my desk at work. And so that was what led me into a relationship with the Lord. And I knew from that it was important for me to bring my children up, as we say, rear our children in the admiration of the Lord. And that's what I did. I took them to every service I went. And even when they got older, if you came in my house, even after you left the house on Sunday morning, we're going to church. Like that's a requirement. I don't care what you do on Saturday night, right? Like we gonna be in there because as for me and my house, we serve the Lord. No questions. But I have seen where the word is true. Train up a child in the way that they should go and they will not depart, right? My sons are absolutely amazing. They have really great lives. 3 of the 4 are married, and they are so instilled with even following the Lord as well. So for me, just having that hunger and that thirst after the Lord led me into wanting to know everything that there was about the Lord, including one of my doctorate degrees is in Christian studies. So I've had the opportunity to do parenthetical studies across all religions. I've also done some studies with Josephus and some of the lost books of the Bible, as they say, and different things like that. So for me, it was really about knowing what the Lord was all about and really living it out, walking it out.
Wow, that is amazing. How did you meet your husband?
So me and my husband used to work at the same company. I have a technical background as well as he does also. And he was my next level support. I was a technical support supervisor for some years. And my agents at the time would send tickets to his department. Now, he would walk in and would walk into like 200 tickets for the day because he was the evening person. And he would send back snotty remarks. So I didn't like him initially. He was not on my favorite persons list, and I didn't even know him at the time. And so when I got the opportunity to meet him, he came over because we were having a meeting about all of these different tickets and stuff. And he came over and I was like, hey, who is that? Not to mention they told me who he was. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. However, fast forward, we had the opportunity to go out to a basketball game. And by this time, I was promoted to a call center manager, and all of the managers went out that evening to a game. And the company had a box office, and so we got to the box office, and the suite, rather, box suite, and there were no more seats. So I saw him in there. He was like, "Hey, how are you?" And he was like, "Hey, you can have my seat." And we sat and talked the whole evening. And have been together ever since.
Well, what you say, Fred ain't dead. I'm a gentleman with some chivalry.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
absolute gentleman.
That is some
Absolute
powerful
gentleman.
stuff. And
Yeah.
not only that, you're gifted, he's gifted, your family's gifted. I had the opportunity to meet your sons. You have some very dynamic sons, very responsible sons, and it's amazing what God is doing in their life, which is a testament to you, your family, and the principles that you've raised up them in. And guess what? They too are experiencing these same truths out of the principles that you set. And then you're now doing it with others. Talk to us about what was some of the difficulties in learning and then implementing what you've learned.
Yeah, I think that one of the difficult things that I learned is that we can't just know this stuff in theory, meaning that you can go to school, you can learn all of this information, but the rubber really doesn't hit the road until you put it into practice. And for me, when I say that me falling on my face was a blessing of a lifetime, that meant that I literally had to put my feet to the pavement and really walk it out. And so each step that I was teaching, that I had learned and acquired the experience with over the years, I literally picked it up and put it into practice. And so with that, it allowed me also to fortify even my knowledge, right? Like it's one thing that when you know this stuff, but when you actually live it out, now you can say, I have the experience. I'm the expert because I know the stuff that I teach works. I don't hear it secondhand. I know firsthand because I've done it that it definitely does work. Now, I will also say we also have a daughter and she's 10 years younger than the boys. And so when she got into high school, and later into college. First of all, she graduated valedictorian of her college.
Ooh, what you
Played
say?
basketball, so she had
Come
six
on now, show
scholarships.
off. I like
She
what
could
God doing.
she could have gone to whatever school she wanted to go to. I told her if she got into Harvard, I was going to have Harvard everything. And if they made something new, I was going to have that too. Okay. So with that, though, she chose to go to a smaller college. She went to UNC Pembroke. Thank the Lord. When she got to Pembroke, she decided that she wanted to focus on academics. So she quit basketball. She was in their gifted program as well. And she
Wow.
maintained a 4.0 GPA all years that she went there. It only took her 3
In
years to get her
college.
bachelor in college, and it only took her 3 years to get her bachelor's degree. She was the
Wow.
president of the AKAs for 2 years that she was
What?
there. I mean, a very extremely exceptional girl. And guess what? She graduated with zero debt. Like
What?
none of our children have any debt from
The
going to
favor on your
college
life.
or anything like that. And that is based upon the principles of what we teach, right? Like our sons, they figured it out that they went to the military and Uncle Sam paid for their education. Our daughter said, well, I'm not cut out for that. I'm a little bit, that's not me. So she used her
I don't
academics
blame you.
to pave her own way, but she did it debt free. She only called back home one time to get money. She figured out that she could go to school, still get a great education, and come out and do something that she loves. So she got her education in mass communications, and she now is the director of communications at a large church in the area, as well as she's a production manager for a company that does races, dirt races. So
Wow.
she is definitely paving her way as well. So I know that this stuff works.
Wow. 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 Let me tell you something. That is the blessing of the Lord. It said he'll make you rich and add no sorrow to you, for you and your children. I think that is the true testament, for me anyway, that many men or women of God, if they're really that, then we will see it upon their children as well. And we're seeing that with what you've been able to do and how you've been able to do it and how creative you all are. So let's get into that in a minute. I want to take a quick break. I want to encourage you that are watching us. You're watching Leading from the Future. I'm your host, Pastor Prophet Anthony Shannon, and I want to encourage you, those of you that want to look for something fresh, look for something new, you want to be a catalyst. Well, we're your catalyst to push you to your destiny. Check us out, Leaders Live Generously Academy. Go there, check it out. Listen, join today. 12 modules that will push you and help you. Our goal is to help you lead, love, and give. So we teach you how to manage all three. And you've been listening to Dr. Tabatha today. Encourage you to work the principles in your life because they're not just theory, but they actually work. But you've got to work it. And then there's 10 of you that God's talking to sow the seed of $1,000. All the seeds you sow are tax deductible. You can write them off or you don't have to. It's up to you. But we know one thing, God himself is going to bless you. He's going to give you a return on your investment into the kingdom. We're talking about the good news, taking it around the world with all of these stories and all these different people that's coming to inspire you. We'll be right back. Check this out.
Are you ready to embark on a journey of inspiration and empowerment? Introducing The Heart of a Black Man, inspiring stories of triumph and resilience. A captivating anthology that sheds light on the incredible stories of Black men who have faced adversity with unwavering strength. This anthology features a powerful voice among its authors, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. His contribution adds a unique perspective, weaving a narrative of resilience, faith, and triumph that will leave you inspired and moved. The Heart of a Black Man is more than just a book. It's a beacon of hope, a celebration of perseverance, and a testament to the indomitable spirit within the hearts of Black men. Available now on Amazon for only $20 or Kindle for $9.99, The Heart of a Black Man is a powerful investment in knowledge, empathy, and inspiration. Reach out to us or order your copy today and join us in celebrating the resilience, triumphs, and the enduring spirit of Black men everywhere. Hello and thank you for tuning into Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, we hope that you're enjoying the show and we want to let you know that we are grateful for you. From captivating stories to insightful discussions, we value your presence in our community. Now, if you're finding value and joy in what we bring to your screen, we'd like to invite you to consider taking your support a step further. To ensure the continued success of our channel, we warmly invite you to contribute. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each, as well as 10 contributors with a gift of $526, and 10 supporters donating $224.24. Every donation, regardless of the amount, makes a significant impact. However, as a token of our gratitude, each contributor will receive a personalized prophetic word and an exclusive ebook. We have 3 simple ways for you to give, making it quick and easy for you to send your contributions. The first is Cash App. That's right, $ Anthony D. Shannon. You can send your contribution directly to our amazing host. The second way is to download the V-Church app. Go ahead and download on the Google Play or your App Store and follow the prompts there. The third is Cash App, $ the Victory Church INT. Again, we thank you for your contributions and your support of Leading from the Future with our amazing host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, thank you for being an essential part of our journey. Your generosity truly fuels our passion. Now let's get back to the show because more exciting moments await us. Thank you for your continued support.
All right. Well, listen, we're back. And listen, this has been exciting. This has been a marvelous revelation. You have been able to tap into Dr. Tabatha Russell. She's telling you her story. She let you in some stuff. I know y'all nosy, but she done already told it. All right. And then she let you know, oh, yeah, I fell right on my face. And guess what? I did a reset and I began to come back. Yeah, I did a comeback, and now look at me now. Amen. And before the break, we were talking about your daughter. We know what your sons can do, and your sons was blessed. I'm so happy that you began to talk about your daughter, how she was able to make decisions. And you know, it's always amazing because the third child got to look at the first child, the second child, and said, hold on a minute. I don't think I want to do none of that. Here's the decision I'm about to make. And God has blessed her and honored her tremendously. What I want to talk about now is all of your giftings. You know, you have blessed us, our ministry, with your giftings. I mean, the graphics you did for us, man, it's such an amazing thing. I just thank God for you. The email thing you put together for our, it's just amazing. I'm just blown out of the water at all of your gifts, all of your talents, all of your brilliance, all of your beauty, and you do it with love, with grace, with compassion, and genuineness. And so does your family. And now you're doing your own signature event. Let's talk about that, because you told me that all of the things that we saw was in-house. Graphics, you doing the websites, books. Talk to us about how did y'all all get that talented?
It had to be the Lord. I will definitely say that I've always, had a passion for drawing and just being a creative. And so my sons kind of grew up with the same thing. And it really wasn't until they got older that we realized that we shared some of the same and similar passions. And so over the years, we would do small projects together. One of our sons is a producer, and he's done several beats and different things like that for people. He does logos and stuff like that. So the children that were more on the creative side, we kind of started to utilize their talents as far as doing the different logos and sounds and video work and things like that. So even our daughter, when she went to college and she got her mass communications degree, she would do some editing and different things like that. So not only that, when I got into doing the books and different things like that, we all kind of collaborated and came together on what some of the looks were, some of the colors and different things like that. So we all figured out, this is my specialty. This is something that I want to do going forward. And so with that, it allowed us to really pull on the things that they were good at, and it didn't feel like it was a pain, a strain, or a bother to get them to come in and now help us to do that. And so our goal has been to really walk in legacy, right? How it is that we can put this thing together and have something that stands, but do something that you don't see a lot of things happening. Like I observe you and your family, and you guys have it on lock. Okay. You have mastered a family and putting people in the places where they do an amazing job. And so for us, it was like whatever they were most passionate about is where we've kind of inserted them into this. And it just has worked beautifully from, like you were saying, the standpoint of everything being done in-house. And that is primarily because everybody's doing what they love and they have a passion for. And it's allowed us to grow in that respect.
Wow. Talk about your signature events that you're doing now, and you're coaching people. They're joining your program. Wow. I'm just so godly proud of what you're doing. It's so inspiring.
Thank you so much. We have the Powerful on Purpose Summit, and that is a live event where we bring speakers in from around the country and give them a stage for them to be able to share their message. Not only that, we help them to now brand themselves. We help them to craft whatever their signature message is. And with them getting on the stage, we put it together so that they can now go out and launch and do things and build on their platform as well. The coaching piece allows us to be able to help them to harness whatever their purpose is and package it to where they can now help others. I've learned over the course of time that it's no longer about me or us four and no more, right? Like it's about how it is that we can leave an impact in this world. But I found that it's through giving of my knowledge and experience and helping others to now walk in their purpose. And so I just know as a result of that, it comes back, right? We also have the Voices of Purpose virtual summit that will be coming up in June 15th, as a matter of fact, where we're going to now allow people a space to be able to share their message with everyone around the world, because it will be broadcasted live also, and it will allow them to be able to go international and different things like that, where some people will never have that as an opportunity. So these platforms are allowing them now to get their message out to a broader base.
Wow, wow, wow. Where has the time gone? I'm telling you right now, Dr. Tabatha Russell, thank you so much for bracing this platform with your presence, with your expertise and your anointing. You know you got to come back because we got to talk about your ministry. We got to talk about what you're doing, all your books. But tell the people how to contact you on all your social media platforms and how to even purchase your books.
Yes, absolutely. All of my books are on Amazon under Dr. Tabatha Russell. You'll find all of the books will come up there. I can be found on all social media platforms at I am Dr. Tabatha, and my website is drtabatharussell.com.
Wow. Well, listen, folks, you heard it from the money mogul herself. Amen. You heard her story of how she overcame and how she made it happen. Please follow her. If you are a speaker and you want to speak, please speak on her platform. Now, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. All right? Thank you so much, Victory Nation. Thank you so much, Dr. Tabatha Russell. You know we're a fan. We continue to push you and continue to pray for you. And we love your family. And boy, I tell you, y'all took me to that barbecue. And boy, Balance still talking about it. I said, Balance, I think I got to go back. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of your family and embracing us in our ministry as well. God bless you. We love you. All right, well, listen, you've been watching Leading from the Future. I'm your host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony Shannon. This has been a marvelous, power-packed, oh my God, show. If you are a woman, I know you got inspired. If you thought that your life was over, if you thought there was nothing else you can do, did you hear Dr. Tabatha say that if you got some inspiration, giftings, man, she can talk you into 3 different incomes. Lord have mercy. I'm sure when she get done with you, you'll have 8. Boy, you know you need a coach like that in your life, and you need to follow her. Listen, I know for a fact that if you do not have my book, Heart of a Black Man, you need to get that book. All right. This book, The Heart of a Black Man, where we bring in a collaboration of different black men who are successful, overcame adversity, and now encouraging you. We believe that black men do not have to go to jail. They don't have to go to hell. They don't have to be nothing or get on drugs. They can be successful. We heard of Dr. Tabatha's sons. They're successful and they're young men. They ain't going to jail. Guess what? They're being successful. Get this book. Inspire the next black man in your life. And that's what others need to read this too. Even other cultures need to read about this. Get the book today. And then, of course, our signature book, Live Generously. Yes, indeed. You need to get this book. This is a foundational book for money and what you need to do with your money and how God is looking at you and what you need to do to leave a legacy. Yes, indeed. Get that book today. And then, of course, those of you who are leaders, want to be taught leadership principles, leadership strategies, how to walk in your authority, what's your position, then you want to connect with us at Leaders Live Generously Academy. That's what we do. We train leaders. We raise you up, pour into you so that you can be a leader that's a change agent. You want to connect with us at Leaders Live Generously Academy. And then there's 10 of you that God's talking to. Obey God. Sow the seed of $1,000. I know it might stretch you, but guess what? It'll be the best investment you've ever made in your life. You can't go wrong investing in the kingdom. You can lose money in a 401k. You can lose money in the stock market, but you cannot lose money in the kingdom. It's guaranteed return. I promise you that. Sow the seed of $1,000. I'm looking for 10 of you. Here's the easy, convenient ways for you to sow that seed. Listen, at the end of the year, you get a statement. You can use it for your taxes if you desire. But if not, God's still going to bless you no matter what. And continue to support us, watch us, and then share us to your friends, to your neighbors, to your relatives, even to your enemies. Get them saved. You'll never have to worry about them ever again. Well, you know, as I always say, to live is to grow, and to grow is to change. If you're not changing, you're not living, because life is designed for purpose. But if you don't know your purpose, it's like living life not at all. So I want to encourage you, find your purpose so you can live your life and create a legacy. Till next time, I'm Pastor, Prophet Anthony Shannon, your host for Leading from the Future, not from behind. Peace. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on another incredible episode of Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. We've had an amazing journey exploring visionary leadership and inspiring insights. If you're passionate about sharing your story and ideas on our show, we'd love to have you as a guest. Simply reach out to us via email at thevictorychurchint@gmail.com. To ensure the continued success of our channel, we warmly invite you to contribute. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each, as well as 10 contributors with a gift of $526, and 10 supporters donating $224.24. Every donation, regardless of the amount, makes a significant impact. However, as a token of our gratitude, each contributor will receive a personalized prophetic word and an exclusive ebook. You can contribute through 3 convenient ways. The first is Cash App. That's right, $ Anthony D. Shannon, or $ The Victory Church INT. You can also download the V Church app. Search for us on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Follow the prompts and make your contribution. Whether you contribute $1,000 or any amount, every donation makes a difference. Go ahead and support us today. For more information and to stay connected, please visit leaderslivegenerously.com. We appreciate your support in advancing our mission. Well, thank you for being a part of this incredible community. Join us again next time as we lead from the future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon.